What up? What up? Hope everybody doing good on this Thursday. Before we get started, I want you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I want to talk about a little NBA, a little NFL. Last night, the Brooklyn Nets they welcomed Kyrie back. In welcoming back, they took a defeat to the Cleveland Cavs. Collin Sexton he dropped 42 for the Cleveland. Cleveland was minus Kevin Love and Darius Garland. With that being said, ain't no way in hell the Cleveland should beat the Brooklyn Nets. Called hard that Durant had started forming a chemistry before Kyrie got back. It looked like now, they got to get that chemistry back. Toward the end of the game, Kyrie took a couple of ill-advised shots. I could see Durant body language. He was in disgust. Same way he looked, the same look he used to have when Russell Westbrook took them shots. I believe the pecking order should be Durant, Harden, then Kyrie. But I don't know if Kyrie willing to accept that role as the third wheel, as the third card. That being said, it's left up to the coach Steve Nash to come to Kyrie and tell him what he expects of him. I don't know if Steve Nash is strong enough a coach to be able to get Kyrie in check to the point where he'll play a team game. Kyrie, he's excellent one-on-one and more like a and one player. But for us in a team concept, I don't think that's his thing. He wasn't that good in Boston with team ball. And for us, when he first come to league with Cleveland, he was one-on-one then till he got LeBron. Then he started learning more about the team concept of things. But if they want to get where they need to be, they're going to have to defend better. They're going to have to get more out their bench. Joe Harris, he's a good three-point shooter. He had 0 points. And they can't win without him getting them nothing. So, like I said, this all comes back to Steve Nash. Another subject I want to touch on, we got 3 games on the slate today. We got the Lakers versus the Bucks. Giannis in Milwaukee lost the other night to Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, if Milwaukee want to be who they think they are, they got to win some of these big games, especially games like this against the Lakers. The Lakers also coming off a loss also. They lost to Golden State the other night. They blew a 19-point lead. But I think that Giannis and the Bucks need this game better than the Lakers do. Next game I want to talk about is the Pelicans and the Jazz. The Pelicans on a losing streak currently. Stan Van Gundy, I question that hire when they made that hire. I don't think he's good of a coach as he was when he had the Dwight Howard in Orlando. The last few stops, even in Detroit, he didn't do very much. Big shout out to the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, looking good. Quinn Snyder, he's an early favorite for Coach of the Year. Next game I want to talk about is the Knicks and the Warriors. The Knicks look like a totally different team under Tom Thibodeau. Give respect to the Tibbs. He got a bad shake in Minnesota. But I looking like he's gonna turn the Knicks around. For us Golden State, the Warriors are starting to pick up steam. They started off slow. The number 1 pick, James Wiseman out of Memphis, he's starting to work himself into shape. He hit 21 last night. I want to say Steph Curry hit 26. They looking better. Like I said in a couple of videos back, you can look for them to be competing for the 7 or 8 seed. Then you can expect them to you can watch it and don't be surprised if they upset someone in the playoffs. Steve Kerr, he's a good coach. I hate that they're missing Clay, but I think they still can get it done enough just to get into the playoffs. I want to jump over to the NFL a little bit today. The Philadelphia Eagles got their coach, Indianapolis coach OC Nick Sirianni is the gentleman's name. He's in the similar situation with Bieniemy over there in Kansas City. They have the OC title just by name, but they are not calling the plays. Andy Reid calls the play for Kansas City, and Frank Reich was calling the plays for Indianapolis. I want to see if this is going to make any difference for us, the hiring with Eric Bieniemy and the Houston Texans. I hope they see that they gave this gentleman a chance, and this has been his first time as a head coach, and they do the same for Bieniemy. On a sad note, we had a death today. Ted Thompson, a former GM of the Green Bay Packers, died. This gentleman, he's the one that drafted Aaron Rodgers back in back a few years back. He was relieved of his duties back in 2017. I want to see if this is going to be any extra motivation for Green Bay this week, or would this be a somber mood and they be down for the game? Because I was looking for a good game between them and Tampa Bay. Still, I'm looking for a good game. But I know Aaron Rodgers and this gentleman was close. We got a big weekend coming up. McGregor versus Poirier 2 with the conference championships. Before I sign off, I want you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.